Episode 6 is here. I was going to make this video yesterday, but EU players didn't get to play it yet, Oceanic players didn't get to play it yet, and by now everyone should have access to the newest episode alongside the Lotus queue, and I think most people would have at least queued into it at least once, have seen the new skins, picked them up from dead bodies, or had their teammates buy it for them. One way or another, most people have now experienced episode 6, except maybe you didn't get split yet, but I digress. Here it is, and there it goes. I feel like each and every episode, while exciting, doesn't last very long in terms of excitement. And I made a video just a little bit ago. I said why Valorant will die in 2023. It was more of a theoretical video, but I made it really short and I never got to truly explain what I meant by it. On my second channel called Dittozkul, I actually go into depth with things like this as I make concepts that would be amazing in Valorant and could help rejuvenate the game, especially for the casual player. I think something that needs to be said right away is what really sparks this video. Originally, this video that you're watching was actually going to be called Episode 6 Review, and it might still be changed to that. Let me get that out of the way first. Episode 6 was a perfect episode in my eyes when it comes to a new map and new skin line, because this became my favorite skin line in the game. Of course, that's personal opinion with a personal taste, but it's one of my favorite skin lines in the game now. And then on top of that, Lotus actually became one of my favorite maps in the game, if not my favorite map in the game. I don't know why. Something about it clicked with me. I think it's fun, it's engaging, and I think the type of strategies that are going to come out of this map is amazing. So keep this in mind. I love episode 6. Absolutely love episode 6. Yet still, by the end of the night, as I got to play it in the early content and then got to play it with some friends, I was already feeling that excitement fade. Here's the Google Trends graph for Valorant since its release until now, and it basically peaked at the start, but that's because of Twitch drops, so we can't really count that. So instead, let's look after the Twitch drops and go from January 10th to 2021 all the way till today. Technically, it was a net growth, right? Valorant is somewhat steady. However, the biggest slump is as of recent, especially after Harbor's release, and you can see some interest starting to pick up again with Lotus, and I'm curious to see where the graph goes next. My prediction is it goes up around where it was on July 10th, 2022, before slumping back down again over time, because while they can gain some traction, I don't feel they can hold that traction because of the lack of long-term content. And this kind of makes sense, because something that Valorant has failed to implement since the start is some sort of long form or some sort of long-term goal for each episode. We've got two as of now. We've got a battle pass, which I know I got some flack for hating on, and while personal taste is a reality, we have to keep in mind the battle pass itself has not evolved nor taken itself a step up since the launch of Valorant. I mean, a lot of people believe that it peaked during the ruined battle pass, and that was a few battle passes ago now, but even that is not exactly what I mean. I mentioned that the battle pass knife could have had the Xeno Hunter animation pullout, if not the inspect, because it's just a battle pass skin, and that's kind of where I gotta hold my breath a little bit. Who has any say in what's supposed to be the quality of a battle pass? Riot is a billion-dollar company, and while the arts team is small today, it does not need to stay small tomorrow. It is their biggest money-making method, yet they haven't expanded significantly since the launch, and it's something that should be done, because why can't the battle pass evolve? Why couldn't have that knife had the Xeno Hunter animation and given you that little bit more of an incentive to grind to the top? Why not? Like, the Ruin Dagger was probably the last battle pass in which I wanted to get to max level so badly, and it was off of one knife. Now imagine if each of the major stops on the battle pass had something a little bit more premium. They would sell more, and I'm sure there would be a net positive. Skins, that's only one thing. Improving what currently is the first step, like the Smurf detection, like the MMR reset, like RR gain and loss being altered depending on your win, and less about the differential. These are all steps in the right direction, and of course what we call expanding and polishing what's already there. But that's not even what I mean. I mean, each episode should be paired with some major system. A lot of systems are still left to be untouched in Valorant. For example, of course, the tournament system should be upon us, so the next episode, or I guess the next act, should already be a little bit better, because we shouldn't only get a new agent, but a new major system that should help change just the whole playing field of Valorant, including for us content creators, or expanding upon the customs, even if it's little by little. It's not like customs have to be overhauled in one big movement, but just adding a little more features every single time, like adjusting damage output, and then eventually allowing damage output per gun, then eventually allowing bullets per gun, just little by little. Even if it was just changed a little by little every single act, it would make a difference over time. And on top of that, why not focus on the casual players? Because they are definitely dwindling. I know for a fact the casual player itself is definitely dwindling. Yet, even with all that being said, Swift Play has clearly been a success. I mean, even Lotus is being run on freaking Swift Play. It's obvious that it was a success, and it's just a little bit of a taste. Just a little bit of a taste. Riot went towards the casuals. They added a little bit of a faster paced game mode for people on a time crunch to be able to play, and bam, it worked out. There's definitely something to be said about incentivizing casual players to play your game more with rewards. The ranked sweats, while I respect them, are being rewarded consistently just by the ranked system, and even then, it's not perfect. Ranked burnout is very much a thing, and that's why I dive into stuff like a separate free battle pass that maybe lasts the whole episode or the entire act. It's a lot harder to grind with really cool premium cosmetics that would take a long hours, but there wouldn't be much room for complaining because it's free. Or, you know, maybe expanding on the agent levels, the agent guns, gold guns, glove cosmetics, agent cosmetics, and all that is just a little bit of a teaser. On the second channel, I'll be building out entire portfolios when it comes to concepts and explaining how the systems and intricates could work. But for now, I'm giving you little bits of overviews. All of these little things could be added in ways that incentivizes the casual to grind. If Neon is your girl and you absolutely love Neon, imagine if her levels were expanded not only to stop at 10 but go to 15, and on 15 you get a gun skin. For a Vandal or Phantom, you get to choose one maybe, just to make that decision a little bit harder, but something enticing, something you're going to want to grind for. And then from 15 to 20, on the 20th you get an agent skin for Neon that you can switch between, and make level 10 to 20 a crazy amount of XP grind. Who cares? I'll still be incentivized to do the challenges for a battle pass even if I don't own the battle pass. And what does that do? It levels up my battle pass in the background, and I'm going to be more likely to cave and buy it if I'm like, oh man, I already finished this act anyways. There's smart, intricate systems that could be added that both profit Riot while giving free rewards to players. It's not just like a one solution. It's not like if you give things for free, you gotta lose profit. There's smart ways to do things. And not only is it smart, it makes a lot of sense, because right now, me personally didn't like this battle pass. You might, and that's fantastic. But let's say I don't like it. There's two big problems with this. One, it means I wouldn't buy it, means I don't care what level I am, means I don't look at the challenges at all, meaning unless I'm playing ranked, there is so far a zero progression system with no rewards. There's a level system that does nothing, gives you a little bit of a border, nothing. There is no purpose to that level system, and it is absolutely useless, and people are basically using it to diss others at this point. That was probably one of the most useless features they added. It's just a fact. They can expand upon it. Again, another video, they can expand upon it and make it way cooler, as each level or each set amount of levels could give you rewards, so you're incentivized just to grind in general. There's a lot of fun ways to keep a player's attention, and I don't think Valorant is seizing less than half of them. Actually, what am I saying? They're seizing less than 5% of them. Like, truthfully, they're seizing almost nothing, because right now you're basically locked into buying the battle pass if you want Radianite, so you can spend big dollars on skins, which is also very such a scummy system really, and they're barely called out on it, which is weird. And then following that, if you don't care about the Radianite and you don't like the battle pass, bada bing bada boom, you got nothing to progress towards. And maybe it's one of those things you're like, it is what it is. It's just a system, it's in place, and you gotta leave it. But I don't believe that. I've been such a positive, like, I love Riot. I love the art team. I love the skins they make. I love Valorant, and I've been literally called a suck up in countless skin videos because how enthusiastic I am towards the content. But that's always because I think, or at least I believed, that Valorant would always evolve. It would always expand. And I just feel like they haven't done that. They've stayed cozy, and I think right now we need that innovation more